Greetings, residents of Pietermaritzburg. Welcome to Msunduzi News Podcast. My name is Anile Makanya and I'll be your host. Today we are hosting Mr. Njabulo Togane from the Youth Office, who is going to tell us the insights on what the Youth Office is basically about in the Msunduzi municipality and also more opportunities for young people in our city. Mr. Togane, welcome to Msunduzi News Podcast.
Thank you, Ms. Makanya, and thank you for having me today.
Thank you so much. Maybe briefly, if you can just tell the viewers who you are you?
No, thank you very much. Once again, greetings to the viewers at home who are watching the podcast. As you have rightfully said, my name is Njabulo Togane. I'm the Youth Development Manager at Msunduzi Municipality.
Okay, thank you so much for that, ladies. She just didn't respond to the question, but I guess you still stand a chance. Mr. Togane, can you give us a brief overview of the role and mandate of the Youth Office within the municipality?
Thank you very much. I think, as the Youth Development Office, we actually have a very huge responsibility. As you would know that currently in South Africa, the majority of the population, as per the statistic SA, is that young people are the majority. So our role then becomes very much important. So ours is really to coordinate, facilitate youth development programs within the municipality. Okay. And we do that through our thematic programs or areas that we focus on. So the office currently has 4 thematic programs that we look into, which include sports, career development, moral regeneration, as well as entrepreneurship. However, we are not much confined on that, but we actually look at a holistic approach to as what are the challenges young people are facing, and for us is to develop a developmental program that will be able to respond to such issues that young people face in South Africa, in particularly Msunduzi municipality.
Okay, that's wonderful. Maybe if you can tell us, where is the office based? Is it from ABM? Is it from Mayor's office? Where is it?
Okay. Within the structure of the municipality, we are currently based under what we call the Political Support Office, under the Mayor's office. So currently that's where the Youth Office is stationed. We report to our senior manager.
Oh, okay. Yes. That's awesome, Mr. Togane. Maybe if you can tell young people out here what are the development programs that are currently in place that are meant to develop the youth in our city.
Thank you very much. The developmental programs that we currently have, earlier on I spoke about the sport department. So we have a sport department where we focus on sport codes which are aligned to what we call the SALGA. So we've got the SALGA, which is looking at the administration of the municipalities. So we've got what we have are SALGA games that take place every year. Okay. So we've got 10 sporting codes that subscribe under SALGA games. So as the municipality, we also provide that particular support to 10 sporting codes. So ours in that particular department or unit is that we coordinate in a sense of ensuring that young people at what level are able to mobilize themselves and then play the particular sport. I'll make an example. We are currently going to be rolling out our board games, which are chess and mlabalaba, throughout all our zones within the municipality. We currently also work with the organized sporting community in a form of LFAs, associations, because we believe that they are already gathered. Ours is to ensure that the environment is conducive for them to actually implement sport programs across the municipality. We've also got, in terms of entrepreneurship, we work very well with the National Development Agent in the Msunduzi district, where young people can apply to actually do a business management course, which is a 2 weeks program. So from there, then the young person have completed and stand in line to get support in a sense of a grant or funding, given that their business is viable. We have also introduced what we call job preparedness and information sharing sessions, where we have come to understand that there are young people who either did not go to university due to several reasons, There are young people whom are job seekers. There are young people who have been also demotivated in terms of job seeking. So we created this developmental program where we go to a particular community and we bring critical stakeholders within the employment sector. So they deliver information that young people could actually use when applying, and how to search and how to even prepare themselves for interview. So we do that after we have conducted that job preparedness and information sharing. We then come back to the particular community and do a comprehensive job preparation session where we take young people through CV writing, how to prepare for an interview, how to job search, and how to really present yourself when looking for employment opportunities.
Okay, that's really wonderful, Mr. Togane. And I'm just sitting here listening to all the wonderful things that you are doing for young people, and I'm having at the back of my mind that young person who's at the rural areas, who is at the place Kwamafuze, Ngapezulu, Kepinapi. How do you make sure that they benefit from these programs?
Thank you very much, Anel. And I think where's our municipality, really, we are a very diverse municipality with the different setups. And as you rightfully say, we've got the semi-rural and rural areas. So most of the programs that we actually develop, we are really trying to target those kind of areas to make sure that no one is left behind, you know.
Yeah.
So making sure that young people have access to information, because what we came to realize as an office, that young people must have access to information, and it will then be at that point that how then to ensure that these young people are able to work with this information and are able to access whatever opportunities are available. So most of our programs we have looked at ensuring that we bring this Vulindlela area on board.
Okay.
Recently, as we come from the Youth Month, we had designed a program that really speaks to each and every zone so that no one is really left behind. So our approach with our programs differ in terms of the dynamics of the particular setup. You would find that we'll have the same program, but the implementation will differ. When we go to the northern areas, it will differ.
Okay.
When we go to the Vulindlela area, it will also differ. So we are also trying to really work with NPOs, NGOs to also ensure that they are able to provide support to young people at rural areas, either be access to CAO applications, either be access to internet connection. We've also really established a good working relations with internal departments such as your library services, because each and every zone we do have a library situated, and when young people can go to the particular place, they can also have access to some of our initiative.
Okay. That's awesome. Ngiyazwela abalaleli baseMgungundlovu. And you've mentioned a lot of collaborations and partnership with the NGOs and the departments. Are they like any programs that are currently ongoing which you can say this stands out and this has given like the best testimonies for the office?
Thank you very much for the question. I think we came to understand also that we cannot be able to solve every socioeconomic challenge working in silos.
Yes.
Hence, as government, we must work as a collaboratively. Hence, we are also implementing the DDM model, which is one government, one budget. So we have created a very good working relations as so far as the National Youth Development Agents, as well as the SIDFA, the new entity. We recently hosted what we call Youth Township Economy Summit, where these entities, we came together and we actually unpacked the township economy, and we profiled young people that we have supported. So you would find that we have supported a young person who had undergone through NYDA, SIDFA, as well as Msunduzi municipality. So us coming together, it had really yielded a positive impact to that particular young people. So we continue working with those particular stakeholders. What we have also initiated as the Youth Development Office is what we call stakeholders engagement.
Okay.
We had first engaged with young people whom are within the NPO sector. We engaged with them to say that we are open to collaborate with any programs that they have. Could they also inform us and invite us in their programs that they have? Because we believe that NPOs that are youth-led are existing across every communities within the municipality.
Yeah.
We have also then, from there, we engaged with the public sector. We would find that as government, we've got our own targets that we want to achieve. And the issue becomes the resources. So when we came together, we found that we have a common indicators, which is to really impact the life of a young person. So we have then created this, what we call a more of a learning hub, with departments at the provincial level and at the district level. So we are now going to ensure that our work is aligned and we're able to come together in terms of maximizing our resources so that we can actually be able to impact more young people by making sure that our resources are combined so that we can go an extra mile. So that has also worked very well for us. We are now going to the approach of engaging the business community, particularly young people in the business, as well as those private companies, and to say that how can they provide support to these emerging young people who are in business, because one of the key areas to really eradicate unemployment in South Africa is the small businesses. And if really, infrastructure support and resources are provided to these young people, they can be able to be sustainable and create more employment so that they can employ the young people.
While you're still on that, Togane, you'd hear young people in our townships or in our communities saying that, yes, they can start a tuck shop or they can start whatever business, but there is competition within the community that they cannot beat because of their prices, because of what. How do you make sure that you fight there for young people and make sure their businesses are like stable and they get the support they want?
Thank you very much. I think in every person who's starting a business, the objective is to make profit and be sustainable. And I think there is competition everywhere. You just need to be an entrepreneur and be creative. How can I make sure that the same market that we're targeting, I get a small portion of segment to it? So for us is to implement the issue of mentorship. So as I've indicated that we work with NYDA, they've got young people who are mentors. So you would find that you would then start a business or they would fund you, then they'll allocate you to a mentor because they understand that the journey of entrepreneurship is not a very smooth one. It's a very lonely journey that needs, persistent and continuously. So that mentors is able to provide a space for where you can reflect if you're finding challenges, if you want to know how can you do things differently. So by ensuring that too, by ensuring a more of a sustainable approach in the sense of resource-wise. So you'll find you'll get a startup grant, and then as time goes, of course, your business will grow. You'll need more stock, if I would have to put it. You need to upgrade your infrastructure. You need more grants. So that is also in place, as I've mentioned, that there are different institutions that are giving grants in terms of the amount. So as a startup, of course, you'll get from R1 to 50,000, and then as you grow, that assessment will be made in place. So the mentorship, the continuous grants, as well as business training, because once then you are now reaching a figure or a space where you want to apply for anything from 50 to 100,000, your bookkeeping now must be in place. So the continuous training helped the young person to actually be intact and be able to work around creating the sustainability plan and growth a model for their business so that they actually can compete with their competitors.
Young people of Pietermaritzburg, don't miss out on this one. You have access to the youth office where you can get mentorship about your businesses and everything. Mr. Togane, we have come to an end of our podcast. Maybe for a young person who is listening to you right now, they would want to get involved. They would want to have access to that funding. They would want to have access to that workshop you will be having or whatever that you guys are doing at the youth office. How would you encourage them to get involved, and what would you say to them? Where do they find your offices, and all of that information.
Thank you very much. We actually are inviting young people to come to our offices. We have what we call a youth center, which is located at number 19 Galloway. Abaningi bazi ukuthi semkhupeni ngaHontshos. So we're encouraging that every young person in our municipality to actually visit our office. We've got an always place where you can even access your computers, internet. So any other information that you want pertaining either individual support or as a collective, we are more than welcome. But if young people do not know where our office is, they can go to their ward councillor's office. Every ward councillor within the Msunduzi municipality have our contact details, and I'm sure they will gladly connect you to our office. So I think it shouldn't be into yokuthi azini mengazi ukuthi kumele ngenzeni, angikwazi ukuyofunda, angikwazi uqala ibhizinisi because there's no support. No. If you have an idea and you do not know where to start, our office is really open to that. You know, you can have a session and we'll try to point you to the correct ways. Even if you are saying, I do not want to do it in my life, but I want to do something. So we even encourage young people to become volunteers. So as we have established good relations with other well-established NPOs, they are looking for young people to volunteer. I think my journey for youth development and activism actually started by volunteering, you know. So there's a lot of things that you can learn. So we really encourage young people not to becoming idle, but to come on board, and we can gladly allocate them to those NGOs, those who want to start business. We can gladly also help them. We've got our entrepreneurship coordinator. Those in sports as well, you know, want to be coaches, want to contribute to community but not know where to start. They can come to the office. We gladly link them up with relevant department and personnel to assist.
Thank you so much for such an informative session. We really appreciate your insights. Msunduzi residents, this was Njabulo Togane. Make sure that you visit the youth office at Galloway Lane, first floor. That's where the youth center is. I'm sure there is no charge for using the computers. There is no charge for getting the information that you need. So utilize these resources. The municipality has them in place for you.